What is up, guys? This is going to be me, Dark on Blue. This time I am not reading a fanfiction. I'm actually going to continue my own what ifs that I will be making, but at the same time I will continue the fanfic readings. So the Return of the Flash will start the reading soon because, I actually really don't have time for all these readings because I have school until 3 and all that stuff. So the videos are actually going to kind of have to go down a little bit. We won't be able to make that many videos because, when I had virtual school, I had a lot of time because sometimes I'd end school on 12? No, not even 12. Sometimes I end school 10:30 on virtual. So I don't got that much time to make videos for you guys. But since it's a holiday tomorrow, I will be making some videos. So let's just make this one. This is going to be what if Naruto went back in time. So this is what if when Naruto is going back, he's going to have his Shippuden body. He's going to have his Shippuden body. So if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say, actually, I want to make it a year before, because I'm going to make Naruto a class, the class, teacher for the clan head class, Naruto and all that stuff. And I'm going to say, since okay, so this Naruto was the Hokage, and, okay, yeah, let's just start this. Okay, so Naruto was the Hokage, and during the fight with Ashiki, I'm going to say Naruto was just about to get the... I don't know if Sasuke was there because I actually never read manga before, so I don't really know, so I'm just going off this. Okay, so
I understood you, Orochimaru myself.
okay,
if you want, you can stay here.
So,
well, said the salmon.
Yeah, so they were fighting Ashiki, and I'm going to, Naruto was just getting the power of, what's it called again? What is it called again? Byron mode, Byron, I don't know, Byron. Yeah, he's getting that power. Byron. Yeah, but he's getting that power, and I was gonna say Sasuke was there actually. And Sasuke was getting up, and he looked at Naruto, and while Kurama was just about to give Naruto the power and all that stuff, how he's about to fly in those clouds and get destroyed and all that stuff, giving all his power to Naruto. He wouldn't be remade because all his chakra, since he was 100%, all his chakra would just be going to Naruto, and Naruto would have that mode. But instead, Sasuke gets up and has his Rinnegan, and I'm just going to say that Sasuke is going to use every single ounce of his chakra, the Sage chakra, the Indra chakra. He's going to use all that, push it into his Mangekyo eye, turn it into the Rinnegan eye, and he's going to look at Naruto and he's going to say, "Goodbye, my friend." And Naruto looks at Sasuke and he says, "Sasuke, what are you doing?" And Sasuke says, "Well, Naruto, I'm going to send you back. This is going to kill me, though. So, when I send you back, you will be sent back a year before Iruka asks to be our classroom teacher. So, when I send you back, don't make me send you back for no reason. Just make sure I don't become an arrogant fool like I was before." And Naruto says, "No, Sasuke! Kurama's about to give me your power. You don't have to do this. Take all your chakra out of your eye. I don't care. Just pull it back in you so you can live." Kurama says, "No, do not let him do this. Let him do this, Naruto. If he sends you to the future, you can make his past self stronger, while also making your past self stronger. And aren't you and that Hyuga girl married?"
crept into the house and moved.
So you can
Naruto
make a
is
whole
seriously
new
ill.
life.
Orochimaru
You don't
healed
have to.
him
You
herself.
can marry
Don't
someone
worry.
else.
And he
But
asked me to tell you
you
that
can make
Jiraiya herself
a
would
new
stay a
life.
little longer
You can
in the
give your
village,
old self a
and you,
new life
as you
instead
decide
of
your
having him
affairs,
to be
come
stuck
to the cloud.
with no one until
Jiraiya herself will have to
Jiraiya.
attack Naruto
Well,
to
being
test
stuck
her
with
strength.
only the
Orochimaru
third
herself
until
said
Jiraiya
that
and
Naruto
your
is
team
strong
comes
and
along.
cannot be
Be
underestimated.
the person that
I see.
you need to
Sine
be
and
there,
Kakashi
that you
were
need to be
speaking in
for
one
yourself.
voice.
Be
Of his
there for
residence.
you, Naruto.
There was a knock on the door,
And Naruto
received
says,
permission
no,
from Jiraiya
no,
to enter.
just give me the power,
Hello, Sensei and Dan Sama. Moved the salmon.
and I'll save Sasuke.
Jiraiya, you returned to the
I'll
place
beat
which you
Jigen.
know, said
I'll beat
Kurama.
Ashiki. No
Yes.
problem, right? Right.
Listen,
Your power can
Jiraiya,
make me beat
I have a
Ashiki.
mission for you.
Right,
You
Kurama?
must return Naruto
No,
to the village.
Naruto. Just do
What?
it. Okay.
How?
Don't have a
When?
choice. He's about to send you
Secret
away anyway.
bewilderment, Jiraiya.
No! Sasuke,
Which person
don't do
and
this.
Dan said what had
I'm
happened,
sorry, Naruto.
embellished the events a
It's
little,
already too
hoping
late.
for the loyalty that they had once put on Jiraiya.
As
But
Sasuke's
neither
body
Danzo
starts,
nor
like,
Hiruzen
you
knew
know
which
how,
of Kushina had
Nagato
taken off a long time
summoned
ago.
the guy that would,
Clearly, Sensei
like that
and
god
Dan's
of death
myself.
thing that would just
Then
like,
I'll go
not the
goodbye,
Shinigami, but
said the
you know that
salmon.
statue thing that would release
Okay,
all the souls of
goodbye,
the
Hiruzen said,
people that
and
pain,
Dan's
that the
nodded in
pains killed.
agreement
Yeah,
from
that's
Hiruzen.
exactly how pale Sasuke's
Kakashi's
body
house.
goes, and like
What the
he
old
just
man
starts
told
becoming
you.
pale. His
Almost
hair
bet
becomes
and
white, and
Orochimaru
Naruto's like.
only they strongly embellished,
And he gets a
saying that
flashback
Itachi
of what
and he
Nagato
needs
did,
to be
and
killed,
he's like,
but
Sasuke,
the eyes should be
Sasuke,
taken
no,
away,
just.
because the Dojutsu should be in Konoha, and Naruto should be brought
And
to them,
Sasuke's
and
like,
so on.
Shh, Naruto.
I see. Jiraiya Naruto is seriously
Just
ill.
make sure
He
you
is already being treated by
save
Orochimaru.
everyone.
As soon as I decide my affairs,
You know, I don't know
I
what I'm
will
gonna
go
call
to
the
the
jutsu
cloud,
though.
and you will come in 2 months and attack Naruto.
Okay.
Orochimaru wants to
So
test
you
his
know,
strength.
I'm just gonna make up some random.
Well,
Okay. You know, I'm
answered
just
the
gonna
toad salmon.
make up some random. Okay.
Okay, Kakashi,
Dorisuke.
we went to see you soon.
Dorisuke. I just said
They
Dorisuke.
left.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna say in English.
Orochimaru came out of the hospital
Time.
with a sigh of relief and
No,
headed
hold
to
up.
Vegeta's
Rene.
house.
Rene.
Arriving there,
Like they call
he
it
saw
Rene
a girl
Rebirth, right?
looking out the
They
window
call it
and
Rene
drinking
style.
tea.
I don't know.
Having heard
Rene.
the
I'm just gonna
steps,
say Rene
she
style.
turned around
Rene
and
style.
saw a man, similar to romantic hente. She said, "How is he?"
Pop quiz, Brand. What's the first ingredient in Smucker's Natural Strawberry? Very smart.
Time.
Brand. Very smart.
Time loop. Yeah, Rene style.
Better.
Time
I
loop.
brought down the
Okay.
temperature and was
And then Naruto gets sucked up into like a Kamui thing, and he goes back, and he's like, protect you, Sasuke. No matter what, I will protect you. And then he gets sent back. He lands outside of his apartment, but like it's nighttime, like 3 a.m., so like, it's not that, like, it's not that bad. I want to say before he landed, he concealed his chakra, because he knew like people that could sense chakra in the village, so he concealed it because, he didn't want to get caught right as he just spawned in. So like, yeah. And, he lands right in front of his past self's, apartment. And he sees that he's in like his teenager body, I want to make it like the beginning of Shippuden. His body's gonna be the beginning of Shippuden body, but he's gonna have all his power, okay? Because like all that, he didn't even get sent back. Like he got sent back, but like he got sent. Actually, no. Should I? No. I'm gonna make him have that. Like, you see the one at the very far back that looks like Minato wearing like a Hokage kind of robe. Yeah, I'm gonna make him be like that, because I'm gonna say he becomes like, instead, he becomes the 5th Hokage. Okay? So like, he's gonna be time traveled, he's gonna become the 5th Hokage, he's gonna train all that. Bro, he's just gonna be a beast. Okay, so, let's go. Let's get it. So, he lands in front of his apartment, and Naruto notices that he landed in front of his apartment. He's like, he's crying, and he says, Sasuke, Hinata, Boruto, Himawari, Sakura, Ino, Sai, Shikamaru, Tamori, Choji. Oh, you guys, I promise I will. I'll defeat Ashiki. And he notices that he's in front of his apartment, so he kind of like teleports inside, and he wakes up himself. He's like passed out. He wakes up his passed out. But he puts his hand over his chest before he goes to school. He is screaming at him. He's trying to say, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. And then he starts crying because, he thinks, like, I'm going to say, okay, he's going to be the Naruto with the fire symbol right here. Like the kid Naruto with the fire symbol. Not the one that's holding the fist up. Kid Naruto that doesn't even have a headband. Is just sitting there with his hands in his pocket. That's the Naruto he's going to be. And he's crying because he thinks that the person that's in front of him is going to hurt him. Until he realizes his facial... What his face looks like. He has whisker marks, blue eyes, blonde hair. He's wearing an orange and black jumpsuit. He looks exactly like me. And then I'm gonna say his eyes, while they actually are ocean-like blue. Since he didn't really have anyone except for the third. Well, he didn't even know I don't even think he knew he was the third at the time. I'm pretty sure before he thought he was just an old man that was just walking past him and saw him. And Taiuchi. So.
But having gathered, he went up to the man who was standing and could not make out the guy's emotions because there was mixed joy, anger, misunderstanding, love, and something that the salmon did not understand. But when he approached Salmon, Naruto slowly began to saturate his right fist with chakra, and when he went into the dense one, he hit Orochimaru's solar attraction from which he flew away, and broke a couple of walls, immediately recalling Tsunede's blow and Kushini's blow. Realizing that this is impossible, Orochimaru shed his skin, and was as good as new. Where were you, all the children of the deer, when almost the whole village hated me, and if it were not for my father, and his friends who supported me, I would have broken down long ago. Speaking through Naruto's tears, from which he sat down on the floor, and leaned against the wall crying.
Okay, so yes.
Everyone who passed by, or watched it, had their hearts squeezed in a vice. But the most painful thing was not physically hurt Orochimaru, but mentally that he abandoned him. Sorry, I didn't know about Minato, and Kushina didn't say anything to me. Sorry, Naruto, I'm sorry I was not near you. Sannin walked up to Naruto and hugged him. Little by little, Naruto calmed down, and they went to Vegeta's home. Since Naruto was in good health,
he looked at the man and his eyes became clearer. And it became the ocean blue, same like Naruto's. The clear ocean blue, just like Naruto. The older Naruto. And Naruto removes his hand from his mouth, seeing that the kid stopped crying, and he's no longer yelling, screaming. And then when Naruto moves his mouth, the kid Naruto says, "Dad?" He runs up to Naruto and hugs him. And Naruto's confused, but at the same time he understands why the kid said that because, well, he's him. They look similar. And, he understands why the kid thinks that he's his dad. And, yeah. So,
I'm after Naruto's inheritance.
Naruto just goes with it and says, yeah,
That he cannot receive until
yeah,
his age, or a blood
I am.
relative is needed. I know.
And then Naruto feels a fist hit him right in the gut. And then he looks down.
Are you looking for moments like this?
And then he looks down and sees that his own fist is in his gut. Well, his past self, his kid's fist is in his gut. And he looks at the kid and sees that tears are falling from his eyes. And he says, and he remembers the time that he met his actual father, Minato, and he says, and the kid says, "Where were you? Can't say you didn't know I was alive. Because the only way you wouldn't know is my mom and you weren't that good and you left or something like that. So where were you all this time? Where were you when the people were calling me a demon, when they hated me and all that? Where were you?" Naruto said, and then Naruto said, well, first, I actually didn't know that you were born. The only reason I actually came back was because the third Hokage sent me a note telling me that you were alive. I was mad that he had to wait a whole 4 years until he had to tell me my own son was alive. So I came back as fast as I could to try and see you. And he just makes up a story right off his mind, okay? Yeah, he just makes up a story. And the kid Naruto says, the kid Naruto removes his fist, just hugs him again. And he says, please me again. Leave me with these cruel villagers. And then Naruto moves his hand and pats him on the lip and says, I never will. I never will leave you. He's just making this off his mind right now. He always wanted I'm just going to say, he always wanted his father to say that to him if he ever got a chance to meet his father. He did get a chance to meet his father, but that was way after the villagers stopped beating him and all that stuff. Okay, and so they have that father-son moment, and Naruto actually, because I'm gonna say, also one of the things that Jiraiya left Naruto was his father's key. No, don't. Why would he have that? He told him where his father's place was, the toads told him, and Naruto remembered, so he Shunshin to where the Namikaze district is, and his kid self was confused on where I'm just gonna say that Minato left his kid clothes there, and Naruto's gonna wear that. He's gonna wear Minato's child clothes. But for now, when he goes in the academy, he's gonna wear the clothes that Minato wore as a kid. But for now, he's just gonna be wearing this one right here. This one, the kid. He's just gonna be wearing the kid uniform. The one that's not, the one that has his hands in his pocket, he's just going to be wearing that shirt. And no shirt and pants until he reaches the academy, okay? Okay. So, let's continue.
The fighting style of the Nanake's clan. So I will continue.
And, yeah, so, the kid Naruto's confused. He says, where is Dad? He says, oh, so this is my compound. This is where I live. My name, I'm just going to say, he takes his actual father, no, he doesn't take his actual father's name, but he takes the name and he says, my name is Minato Uzumaki. Yeah, he's going to say my name is Minato Uzumaki. He says, wait, isn't Minato Uzumaki, isn't Minato the name of the fourth Hokage? And he says, I'm his brother. He got the Namikaze name. That's why he's so skilled in Fujitsu. And I got the Uzumaki name from our mother. Yes, from our mother. Kushina Uzumaki. And, your mother was...
and Kushina are dead, but their son is alive, and he is in the cloud
Karen
under the protection
Uzumaki.
of the Reiki.
Yes, Karen.
Minato was always a strength,
Your mother was actually taken by someone, and I'm still looking for her. But one day we can find her, and we will find her, and we can become a family again. And the kid Naruto looks up at his dad and says, thanks. And yeah, I would train. Oh, and about training. Since okay, we have to go inside the house first before I show you this. Take a piece of your blood and I'll take a piece of it. Here, let me just bite your thumb. Ow. Okay. Oh. Here. Okay. They both bite their thumbs and they wipe it on the seal. Yeah, there's a seal on the gate. And they wipe it on the seal and they say, no, but the seal glows and then the gates open. And, so they go inside and they find a bed, and they just lay down and go to sleep. Okay. Naruto's on his dad's chest, and you know, like they're just sleeping, they're going to sleep. Okay, but Naruto didn't go on his own on his dad's chest. His dad actually Naruto, the older Naruto, actually told him to go there, but he didn't tell him to just go there for no reason. He told him to do that so he could go into his mind. And when he went into Naruto's mind, when he went into his son's mind, you know, I'm just gonna say his son now, cause like you know, son, all that stuff. Yeah, okay, so when he went to his son's mind, he saw the QB, Kurama, 50% of Kurama, and he had his Kurama behind him, and his son's Kurama said, how is this possible? There's no Minato Uzumaki. Who are you really? And Naruto says, I guess you figured me out, Kurama. You're just smart as you always were. The Kurama behind him just says, hey brat, what is that supposed to mean? Naruto turns around and says, oh, nothing. And then Kurama looks at his other, and then the Kurama looks at the other Kurama says, and his son's Kurama looks at the other Kurama and says, what? Minato, the fourth Hokage, took my other half, and you're not the fourth Hokage. So, who is this? Okay, And Naruto's face randomly just turns all serious and he says, "Okay, I have to tell you a secret, which you can never tell me, which you can never tell the young me." And then when Kurama hears this, his eyes widen and he says, "The young you." And then Naruto just tells him his whole story, tells him the story on what happened in Shippuden, all that stuff. If you guys don't know what happened in Shippuden and all that stuff in Naruto, then that sucks for you. Yeah, like I really ain't going all over that, cause like that's gonna take like 6 hours if I'm being honest. Me just talking about everything that happened, that's gonna take at least 6 hours. So no, I don't even remember all that much very clearly. So I may be spreading some false information if I'm being ready. Okay, yeah. He does some of his whole story. Kurama is just shocked at everything. And he looks at his other half and he says, "So you really teamed up with this brat?" And the Kurama says, "Well, he did tell you a story. He did tell you what he went through. He did tell you he met father." And the Kurama says, "Well, you are right. He did tell me that. Okay, I will work with the brat. So, how long are you gonna keep this facade up as Minato Uzumaki?" And Naruto says, "Well, until Pain comes, until Hinata gets hurt, because that all needs to happen." And he tries to take off your seal. He cannot take off your seal. Actually, he will be taking off your seal tomorrow morning. I do not want Hinata to get hurt. And Kurama says, "What?" And then Naruto's Kurama says, "What? That is too early, brat. What do you mean tomorrow morning?" And he says, "Well, when he takes off the seal, I'll knock him out right as he takes off the seal and all that stuff. And I will make sure and when I knock him out, I'll make sure I'll fix your chakra to flow exactly with his. And when Minato appears, I have to tell him also. I also have to tell him everything. When my father appears, I also have to tell him everything." Okay. Kurama says, "Okay, brat, but make sure you know what you're doing." And then he says, "Yeah. Okay." So tomorrow morning comes and they eat breakfast. They do a little spar, and while they're sparring, Naruto says, "Okay." In the middle of their spar, Naruto says, "Okay, we stop now." And his son, Kid Naruto, his son, says, "Wait, what? No, why?" Past Naruto says, "No, now, not now. We technically just started." He says, "We have to do something. I have to tell you a secret. A secret that's an Abraham secret. You are the jerky of that Kyuubi no Kitsu." And when Naruto hears this, he is shocked and he says, "What? So they were right. They called me a demon. I really am." And he says, "No. We will be going inside of your mind. The Kyuubi is a nice person. I talked to him last night. He's a really nice person. And I have the Kyuubi in me too. And since I just came here, no one knows. And I will be announcing it when I become your academy director, when you go through to the academy." And Naruto says, "Wait, you'll become my academy director? You'll be my dad, and you also teach me about the Kyuubi?" And he says,
excitement and anticipation
that really
of
sums it
something
all
new.
up, so yes. And he says,
Having
and
gathered,
past Naruto, his son
they
runs
talked
up and
for
hugs
2
him.
days and
He
laughed.
says, thanks,
Now they
Dad.
came to the intended place.
And he
There
says,
was
well,
this
we
hero
will
Orochi
be
himself,
meditating.
and a lot of bandits
And if
from
you
the
feel a
Genin
tug
level
on
to the Jounin level.
Naruto didn't get to finish that sentence as they got pulled into the mindscape.
Scan the
And
cat
both
said its
Kurama,
verdict.
both Nine Tails were there,
Listen,
sitting there.
Naruto,
And
let's retreat. Make a
the
camp
kid
not
Naruto was
far
looking
away
at the Nine
and
Tails,
wait
kind of
for
scared
help
by
from the
then.
village,
But
since
then
even
the Nine
you
Tails
can't
said,
defeat them.
hello,
Come on.
my
In the
name
end,
is
they named
Kurama,
Camp Yajiro went hunting,
and I am
Naruto for
Nine
firewood.
Tails
An
Fox.
hour later,
And I
Yajiro
would like to
returned
work
from a
with
catch
you.
in her hands, namely
And
a pair
Naruto
of bears
and the
and one
kid
cub.
Naruto is
But Naruto
surprised.
is not
He
where
never
there
expected
is,
the Kyuubi
and
to
here
be
in
so,
the area of the bandit's base
well, to
there
be
was an
so
explosion of
generous.
chakras.
His father
Let
was
it be
right.
what is there.
The Kyuubi is
Oh no, it
generous.
can't be. This is the
He
Nine
is
Tails
kind.
chakra.
And
What?
Naruto looks at his father and says,
Vegito
and
shouted.
then looks behind him and says,
How were things in Naruto?
hello,
He collected twigs
Kuramas?
as if someone
He
should
says,
hit
yes,
him on
kid,
the
I
head as
am
a friend.
the other Kurama.
Naruto woke
I
up in the bandit
am
toad's
also
camp
the
with
Nine Tails
Hajiro
Fox.
Orochi himself
But I am
sitting
in your
front of
father,
them.
so
Who a
yes.
half-blood Uzumaki.
So yeah.
They'll pay a lot for
And
Who
he
are
looks
you?
at his dad and says, so
Sorry.
all I have
Where
to
are
do
my
is
manners?
rip
I'm
that
Hajiro
tag
Orochi,
off?
the leader of
He
the
says,
Bakugo band.
yes, that's all you have to
We are
do,
ninja of
son.
retreat from which their country
So,
has
let's
recruits.
go.
What
I'll
are your
bring you
plans?
up there if you want. But you
You
can
know,
control your
kid,
mindscape, so
and you are not a mistake.
do what you
But I
want.
will tell you the
And she
overthrow
says,
of the governments of all
yeah, I'd like it
countries.
if you bring me up
And
there.
you will help
And
us,
he says,
Uzumaki. We will
still
sell
getting
you
used
on
to
the
having
black
this
market,
father thing,
for
aren't
which
you?
you will receive a
He
lot
says,
of money.
yeah,
This
well,
will help us a lot.
I'm
In
gonna
the
be honest,
meantime,
I'm still
it
getting used to
turns out
having
in
this
a
son.
nightmare. Splat with a dozen seals, Pistiro shouted.
And then
Nimbo,
Naruto
terrible
grabs
dream
him,
on white egg.
past his son, and he jumps up, and him and his son rip the tag off at the same time, and then the cage is open.
It's good
And then they
genjutsu,
meet
but it's
Minato,
far
and then
from
Minato's
Uchihatsu.
coming. But before
Genjutsu
Naruto can even
itself
realize, he
shows
gets
you a dream,
knocked out
whereas
by
the
his
choice
father.
hasn't been
And
decided.
when Minato sees the other Naruto and
Naruto stood
his son,
and
he's
watched
like,
as they killed his
oh,
father,
who are
the
you?
newly
And then he
acquired
looks and
character,
sees two Nine
his
Tails, and he's like,
father's friend,
what's
the
happening?
Reiki,
And
his Vegito,
And
the
he's
one.
confused because he
But
sees two Narutos,
from
two
this,
Nine
a
Tails.
warmth began to
He
warm
sees
in
one
his
Naruto
chest,
that's
as
a
if the
kid.
second part
He
of
sees
chakra
another
penetrated.
Naruto that's like
Only
a teen,
this
but kind of
chakra
looks like
is
him,
bad,
just with
cannot
whisker
be held
marks.
fast.
He's confused, and he's like,
Naruto
what's
opened
happening?
his eyes,
And
saw the frightened
Naruto
face of his
says,
star,
hi,
and the veil
Dad.
of blood fell all
And then
over
he's
his
confused.
eyes.
He's like, what?
Naruto was
How?
angry. He
How'd
wanted
you know?
revenge for those close to him.
And he goes, well, I'm from the
Kill,
future.
kill, kill, kill.
And then he's like,
And
blah,
Naruto
blah, blah,
awakened
blah,
the sixth
blah,
tail
yeah.
immediately to which,
And Minato
in the
shocked
middle
that
of the
all
camp
this
of Greater,
happened.
was
And
formed
he's
in
like,
this
so
black red
you're from
sphere,
the
beam
future?
from which a chakra column of the same color
Met
went
me,
into the sky.
yes.
As in the
I
battle against
stopped
pain
you
and
from
Shippuden,
taking the seal off when
everyone
you got
prepared for the
really
attack,
mad and
when suddenly
went
the
into
light divorced
a
and stood in
six-tailed
front of
state.
them. A small copy
And
of the
you
nine-tailed with
you
only
went
6
into
tails,
8 tails,
and covered the skin
but
of the
before
bone, and
you
under
could,
the bones a demonic
so
veil.
you went to 6 tails,
Without waiting
yes.
for the enemy
You
to
almost
move,
went into the full
defeated
8
the
tails.
He scattered
But
enemies
I
like
stopped you
children
at the
whose
last
hero
moment.
already cursed
Yes.
the day when this
He's
boy
like,
was
oh,
brought to him.
wow.
Naruto killed everyone while he was killing the enemy. He
And
then
then,
to pierce Katana Kune Shuriken, but everything is even.
yeah. So
As a
Naruto
result,
and Minato
upon
was like,
arrival,
whoa,
Budget saw
I guess
a
I
crater
have to
of
leave
5
soon,
by
don't
5
I?
meters, and a sea of corpses
Yeah,
among
I
them.
guess.
Is Naruto in the demonic cover of the 3rd stage?
I never
That is,
really
with
would
bones. Well, I called
actually
it that.
meet
She
my
wanted
son
to come,
from
but
this
Manaphy
time.
shouted to her to change.
Well, actually,
A gigantic cat stood in front of
I
Naruto. Kurama
could
leave the body of the boy,
bring
to
you
which
back. but you have to
Are you
pose.
looking for
But
moments
you
like
have to
this?
pose
Join
as my
eHarmony for
brother.
free and find your real
Because-
love.
What? You
Naruto
could bring me
got the
back?
7th and 8th
I'll do
tail,
anything
and
to
he
just
said,
spend some time
"You
with my
know that
son.
I can only speak in the cloak of the fourth degree."
Son. Well,
Yes,
my
I
sons.
remember.
Please.
What happened here?
He says.
He was grabbed
I never
and
expected
shoved
you to be the one
through all
begging
his
to
nightmare
your own
to
son, Dad.
which he fell.
Eh.
Couldn't you not
What?
give your
What could
chakra?
I say? You're
The
dead,
seal
man.
is arranged so that
You
he
just
himself can
chakra.
take my chakra without my
You
consent.
really want to see your sons.
Now he is in
So,
the inner world.
who cares?
I see. But
Naruto
try to
makes a
switch
shadow
places with him.
Says,
Yeah, but
Ede
the seal he
Tensei.
broke with this instant.
Edo
Another such
Tensei.
case,
Complete
and the seal will
revival.
fall, but for
And then
some
like he
time I
builds
will
a
be
cup,
held
and
by
then
the
like he
power of
says,
the Shinigami.
merge your chakra with this shadow
And
clone, and you
suddenly
become
the fox
complete
disappeared into a white
as
differ.
the
And in place of the fox,
Name caused in
Naruto
nature
lay
once
with
again.
completely burnt skin.
And he
And
says,
from the almost torn
what?
chakra channel,
He says,
he was
do it
breathing
before it's too
heavily
late.
because
He's
his
about to
body
wake up.
could hardly bear
And he
the
says,
load.
okay.
Inner world.
And then he
As
merges
soon
his
as
chakra and he
Naruto broke,
completely
he
becomes
found
Naruto.
himself
And then
in some
Naruto
kind
wakes
of
up.
canalization.
It's like,
Naruto went to the
Dad,
stream of strong chakra when he came. He
what?
saw a page whose doors went high into the darkness. From the distant darkness,
Fourth
Naruto saw
Hokage?
two blood-red eyes from a vertical
Call me
pool
uncle.
and a Hishni grin.
And he
He
says,
immediately remembered the nightmare
wait,
he
you're
saw
the
when he
brother
was
of
beaten
the
by the drunken
fourth?
Shinigami. Who
And
are you? With a share of
huh?
fear, but more
And,
with a share
yeah.
of interest. The boy
And
was interested.
Naruto's like,
And here is
well,
my
I
uncle
said
came to me.
I was the brother
He
of
brought his bones
Minato,
to me for
not
life.
Kage. Yeah,
And you are going
there's only
9-tailed
one Minato, not
foxes,
Kage.
but it's just a
No,
nickname.
one Minato Uzumaki.
Say what your name is. Me, for example, Naruto Uzumaki.
And then
The fox went
Minato
nuts.
types and he says,
No one has talked to
really?
him like that since the
Minato
days of
Uzumaki,
Rikudo. You are not afraid of me.
you
The
better.
foxes of gigantic
I'm
size,
pretty sure
made
you
of
would
bright
try
wool
better.
and slightly long ears, like for a fox, seemed to be born.
He says,
No,
oh,
I lost
wait,
everyone.
why do you guys have this? We're twins.
Because you are
You're
not free.
twins with the fourth
You both
Hokage?
fell under the
Just
influence
call
of
him out.
Genjutsu,
I said,
and
just
while
call
you
me
are here,
uncle.
your dark personality
It's Uncle
rules everything
Hokage.
there.
Just
Sorry,
Uncle,
but I
not
need to
Minato.
take
It's
control
fine.
of your body for a
Wait,
moment.
hold on. Uncle
Naruto
Minato?
listened to the last
Dad
part of
Minato?
Fox and Matabee's conversation.
What?
When
Is
the
my
fox
name actually
came back, he
Minato?
said, the whole vessel, when you
It's
wake
kind
up,
of
your
not
whole
possible
body will
because
curse you.
there can only
And
be
now get
one
out.
Minato Uzumaki.
But what is
Well,
your
I
name?
mean,
Asked Naruto.
until I die.
Hyobi no Doko. I
What?
hope you wrote it right.
Oh, yeah,
This is the nickname
as you can
that the
see,
people gave you.
I'm
I'm sure that your name is
kinda
not that.
in my
And thank you
20s.
for helping me.
So,
With a
yeah,
stream
I'm just
of
gonna
heavy
see
chakra,
And
he was
so,
stricken out of subconsciousness to the
there will
last,
be a time
having
where I
only
die,
one word.
Naruto.
Kurama.
And he says,
Mislead Kurama
but-
after the negotiation.
but, your Uncle
Father
Minato
is he. I am sure he saw all my
has
hatred and
had
wanted to let me in at
a
the cost of
jutsu
his life.
done on him
Just as you
by
said,
someone
Father,
and
I will
by
help him.
my wife,
The
and
real world Ichido carried Naruto
he
in full
was
steam
actually
in
able
his
to
arms.
live.
He was in a state of coma.
So,
The
yeah,
upper layer
and
of his skin did not hit.
you know,
As in some places of his clothes,
couldn't be
his
done on
chakra
me
channels
because
were cracking.
the second
But
person
Lin
to
and their
take it
journey
would
was already treated by
die,
the
would
Hyobi in
possibly
misleading
die.
Lin
And you
Naruto,
know, I gave
Lin
it to
pleased
my
since
brother
Manaphy was
because
listening to mislead Ichido, she
I
said.
may have a son, but
But
I could trust him
don't
more
worry,
because,
everything is
unlike
fine with
me,
him.
he
The fox calculated everything if he beat the guy in the fourth
could
stage of the
actually
demonic
be
cover for just 3
Yeah.
more minutes. Then the boy could no longer use the chakra bosh.
But
And so
let's not
everything
get
will
into
be
that
fine
right
for
now.
your Naruto.
Let's not get into that right
I
now.
hope so. I am so
Let's
attached to this
just-
boy. I don't
Oh,
know what
you
I'll
got
do
knocked
without
out
him.
because of all that power that
And what
box
Ichido said,
is
Manaphy just
wondering. He says,
Suddenly,
oh,
the
yeah, I
detachment
was
of
kind of
Anger,
gonna ask you
led
that.
by Orochimaru, was at the
And,
meeting
you
with
know,
Vegeta.
they all left the mindscape.
What happened?
But when they all left,
The
they
source turned
saw
out to be wrong. They were beaten more, and there
they
were
saw
beaten by
Anbu and the
Shinobi
third
of the level
Hokage,
of Jounin and
and
Chunin.
there were
Then
blades
Vegeta
pointing
told
right
everything
at
that happened upon
Naruto and
Orochimaru
Minato,
called Mandu.
until the third Hokage realized
Why did
Minato,
Orochimaru
but didn't
summon me?
realize the other one that looked like
Help me
Naruto
and my
and
companion
Minato,
get to the cloud.
just younger,
And if I don't help,
older than
then
Naruto,
what?
younger than
Do
Minato,
not make an ulcer.
a little bit younger
Otherwise,
than
I will
Minato.
ask Tsunade to
And
summon Katsuya
yeah,
directly to reach
look
Hino,
exactly
so she will drive
like
you
the same
along
age
the
as Minato.
pavement.
And he says,
Sit well.
Minato,
Squad go to the
Minato,
battlefield. Collect all
is
the
that
evidence
you?
and then send it to
Minato,
the cloud.
is that
Hey,
you?
shouted in chorus to Anbu and
Sensei?
disappeared into the Shunshin.
One of the dog mask
Upon
Anbu
reaching
says,
the cloud,
and
Orochimaru
the
escorted
Anbu lower their
Naruto to
blades,
the
but
hospital,
some Anbu
and
keep their blades
Vegeta
at
went to
Naruto.
report.
But they lower the blades from
Arriving at
Minato,
the
but
hospital,
then
he
pointed at
saw his
Naruto.
back in a green kanzi cloak on his back the game of tricks. How long have you been here? Tsunade. A little
Sensei?
with the fear of speaking of Orochimaru.
Minato?
Where is he? Tsunade said in a
Two
grave voice.
Minatos? Two Senseis?
Here in my hands, I will
And all the
explain
Anbu just
everything.
lower their
After the
weapon,
story
because
of
they're
Orochimaru,
confused at
he
this
flew
moment.
out
Like,
of the hospital
there's
and
two
rammed the ground with his
fourth
body,
Hokages,
leaving a funnel
and
with a
then
diameter
there's
of
just
3 by 3 meters.
the blonde kid,
I changed
and
my body.
they're all
Coming
like,
back to the hospital,
who are
he saw
you?
how Tsunade was treating
Naruto
Naruto,
says,
and
well,
so that
I
the healing
am
of the skin would go faster.
Minato's
He joined Tsunade.
twin
Oh,
brother.
well, that's all
And they're all
soon,
shocked
Lisa,
in
and
the
we will go to
third
the bar,
Hokage says,
and you
Minato,
can tell me everything from beginning
why
to end.
was I not informed
Orochimaru
by you
wanted
that you
to
had a twin
refuse,
brother?
but grabbed him by the
Minato
collar
says,
and
well,
said, you understand me.
if I'm being
As
honest,
I understand it,
when I
I have no
finally
choice.
found out, it was the
Yes.
day that Kushina was
Then they went to a
just
bar
about to give
where
birth,
Orochimaru talked
and
about
I
Vegeta,
couldn't go.
about
Yeah.
meeting Itachi and his team,
So,
about
you
Naruto
know,
himself and his fluent
I
training.
sent him
After
a letter,
sipping a few
and I
cases of
asked him
sake,
to
they
come
went
here
to
and take care of
Hajito's
my
house.
son.
Coming and knocking the
And,
door, she
yeah,
opened
so,
Vegito.
the third Hokage says,
Hello, Orochimaru
oh,
herself and
well, I,
did not
well,
know
what's
what
your
to call a
name?
woman. She did not want to offend
For
a
your
man,
twin brother
because they
Minato, you
smelled
must
of
be at least
alcohol.
on par with him.
I Ixnay
Well,
Ixen
I
Chikshu,
would
and you,
say I'm on
almost
par,
falling, said
but,
to Tsunade.
I
Vegito
was
Ni,
kinda
presented to
the
Vegito.
first prodigy
Uso
of the
Duke,
family.
you fiancé, Duke,
I was
Naruto
born
Duke, to which
2
she saw
minutes earlier.
Vegito's reddened
And
face.
Minato says,
No, that you,
2
we are
minutes?
just best friends.
Really?
So
And all of
Tsunade,
them just
let me
sweat
take you
dropped
to
out of
bed.
this.
Talk
And
tomorrow.
Naruto was
Naruto,
like, and while Minato was like,
no
2 minutes? 2 minutes doesn't mean anything. You're a prodigy of the family. What are you talking about? I learned the flying Raijin fast. I
said the more sober
made the flying Raijin faster than the second. Well, I made the Rasengan in a week.
She and her husband are still drunk.
What? Well, I mastered the Rasengan in a
Why
week.
aren't you as drunk as Tsunade-sama?
Wait.
It's all the
Hi.
fault of my metabolism. I
What?
just put on myself
Wait.
some experiment. It
No.
helps to resist alcohol-based poisons. He's what it is.
And
After talking about this, they burst into sleep.
kind of was favored by
Morning
that.
changes
Oh,
Naruto.
what?
Oh,
And,
how everything hurts.
Naruto just ran because Minato was at this point was just not, and he was like, get over here! Get over here! And then he tried to punch Naruto, and then all of them just sweat dropping again at Vance, and he was
That
like,
would not do it anymore. I understood.
and,
How it
I
hurts
mean,
them
no.
to all.
no,
Shibuya said
no,
to
no,
Naruto.
no, 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 no,
Sorry.
no, I
Vegeta
said,
pulled back
watch
into
his
the
son.
room
I
and
know,
entered
I
the
mean,
ray cage.
I meant,
Naruto, what happened there?
what I meant was,
Naruto told them everything.
Naruto told them that Naruto actually wasn't his son, but his brother's son. And he sealed it into Naruto, which wasn't actually son, but you know, he was there because his brother sent him. Yes, his brother sent him the day of Kushina's pregnancy. And the day of Kushina's pregnancy, the baby died. Yeah, he told him that the baby died. And Naruto says, I would have had a cousin. And Minato says, well, yeah, sport, but she kind of died during birth. And he said, well, at least I have you guys, right? They said, well, yeah. Why wouldn't you? He said, I don't know. It's just hard. He says, well, it won't be hard anymore. And yeah. So yeah. And the day goes by. Minato and Naruto actually start training. Minato and Namikaze. Minato and Namikaze Minato. Okay, when I say Minato and, that means Minato Namikaze. Like, the actual dad. When I say Minato, that means Naruto. With just his name as Minato Uzumaki. Okay, so. Actually, no. Naruto, future Naruto, and Minato train past Naruto. And, so, yeah, they train past Naruto. And when they're training him, they see that Naruto actually has a lot of potential to do some good stuff. So, the first thing they teach him, because they both are masters of the Rasengan, they teach him the Rasengan. Well, Naruto is really the only master of the Rasengan right now, because he was the only. Minato, he was trying to add Ninja Rasengan, but since he died so early, he didn't really even have time. But yeah, so, yeah. So, that kind of sucks at the same time. But, it is what it is. And, yeah. So, yeah. They trained him in the Rasengan first. And it was pretty easy for Naruto, since Naruto, I'm going to say past Naruto was like a prodigy. He was like an Itachi, and Minato, and a Kakashi prodigy, all just bunched up together. He was that, he was like a generational prodigy. A prodigy that would only come 100 a prodigy that would only come every 1,000 years. Yes. Yeah. Okay. A prodigy that would only come every 1,000 years. Well, I mean, except for Madara, Hashirama, Tobirama. They're pretty. Sarutobi, yeah. Except for them, like, even though they didn't come every 1,000 years. Still, they just had to be the next. But yeah. So yeah, the past Naruto was just like a prodigy that the Naruto from the future never was. He was a prodigy that the Naruto from the future. Actually, no. If I'm being honest, Naruto would have been a prodigy if he actually got teaching. Except for when Naruto came. But when Naruto came, that's when Naruto's actual shinobi career actually started kicking in. So, at the same time, he couldn't really get that much good training because, that's when Naruto that's the only teacher that actually tried to teach Naruto. But at the same time, he never tried to, teach Naruto, So, yeah. And, so Naruto has mastery has mastery, not of the big Rasengan or the nature Rasengan, just the regular Rasengan. He has mastery over it. So since he has mastery over it right now, at the age of 4, we're going to do a 4-year time skip. So Naruto's now 8, just now going to the academy. And when he's going to the academy, Naruto actually, since Minato took the role of Hokage again, no one actually knows Minato's alive except for Konoha. And the people that would leave the village with information knowing that would enter another village or talk to someone that wasn't of Konoha, that was either a spy of Konoha or all that stuff, they would instantly die. They would just die. They would die right as they talk or enter another village that they weren't supposed to be entered. That they weren't supposed to enter. They died. Okay, so and they also know that Naruto is the son of Minato, and a bunch of people that tried to hurt Naruto actually try to apologize to him. And Naruto just says it's fine and gives him a big nice smile, because Naruto is just built like that. He's just generosity. Naruto just built off of generosity, not even gonna lie. So yeah. And he goes to the academy. And when he goes to the academy, he sees his father. His father and his uncle. Yeah. No, I'm gonna say Minato actually made a shadow clone. Since Minato is like an Edo Tensei, complete revival. He made a shadow clone. No, he made a blood clone. I'm gonna say Minato can do this. He made a blood clone that would just be in the office, just doing all the paperwork and all. He made 2 blood clones. One is in a seal, so right as someone tries to kill that one blood clone, and the blood clone dies, the other blood clone would appear, kill that person, all that stuff, and then just continue the paperwork. And yeah, so, but that's not gonna happen because no one's gonna try to talk to the Hokage. And anybody that tries to talk to the Hokage, there's 2 minutes of blood clone, so like they just kill him. And no, actually the seal is like right above, so only people that with like bad intentions, because I want to say that Minato also befriended his Kurama, and like yeah, so then if Minato's arms were to get cut off, they won't that's what I was confused about. Why did Minato's arms not regrow? When in Naruto, we clearly saw that limbs that were cut off by the Edo Tenseis would just regrow. Clearly so. I am sorry. I'm sorry in the comments. I kind of just spoiled a little bit of Naruto.
I didn't even hear, so.
Oh, okay, good. Well, do you want to hear? No, I'm kidding. So he goes to the academy and he sees his father and his uncle. And he doesn't run up there because, his father's the Hokage, his uncle's the Hokage, his father is a Jonin, a class director, which knows a lot of techniques too, and all that stuff. So, he doesn't run up there. He takes a seat, but right as he's about to take a seat, his father says, "No, Naruto, Hinata, and Sasuke." And they all look up at the teacher and they say, "Yes." They say, "Sit, all 3 sit next to each other. You 3, I all believe that both of you 3, you guys will become the next generation. Next generational Sani. And the next Sani." And they all look at the teacher and they say, "Next Sani?" Well, you are gonna get
aside
don't you want me to be your Jonin sensei? And they say, what? Sensei? But you're an academy teacher. Well, I'm the brother of the Kurama. I know how to make blood clones. So I can just leave the blood coming to people that don't pass it. So, okay. Shadow clone jutsu. He made a shadow clone that would amount to all the people in the class. And he said, today we will be training. You guys will all be training in the, let's see, the Rasengan. They'll say, the Rasengan? But actually, no. I will only give it to 12 people. The Rasengan. I will give it to Sasuke. Sasuke looks up and he says, yes. Naruto. I'll be giving it to extra 11 people because Naruto already knows Naruto. Sasuke. Sasuke's like, he smiled and then nodded. Hinata. He was like, no, that was like a star generator. Sakura. Sakura said, yes, Sasuke, I can press my Sasuke. Ino. Shikamaru. Shoji. Ino. Shikamaru. Shoji. So, Sasuke, Ino, Sasuke, Hinata, Sakura, Ino, Shikamaru, Shoji, Kiba, Shino, Neji, Tenten, and Lee. Oh, so 10 people, 10 people, 10 people. Okay, 10 people, actually. Okay, yeah, 10 people. 10 people I'll be teaching the jutsu. And Lee says, Sensei, I don't have chakra. He says, oh, don't worry. See, that's when me and my brother come in. And my brother come in. Brother, I suggest you make your own set of shadow clones. Oh, right. And he makes his own set of shadow clones. And they all go into the KCM2. And the students are shocked at the power that's just being shown in front of them, except for Naruto. And he says, and future Naruto says, well, son, don't you want to come up and make your own set of shadow clones? And he says, oh, right, Dad. He makes his own set of shadow clones, then he and his other shadow clones power up in the mode. But the shadow clones at Minato's office, they don't go into that. I'm going to say that Minato can choose what shadow clones he wants, and he didn't choose the ones at the copies office. And they're also like, what? And so he says, okay, groups of 3 will be going outside and learning the shadow clone jutsu. So, 3 of our shadow clones. You 3 go with Tenten, Lee, and Tenten, Lee, and Neji. And they all go. You 3 go with. Other 3 go with Hinata. Go with Hinata and Sasuke. Naruto, you'll be going with them alone. You'll be teaching them and saying all by yourself since you guys are going to be a team. Okay. And, Sakura. Ino, Shikamaru, Choji. Go. You will be learning the Rasengan with 3 of our clones. And if you guys are confused, we will be giving you chakra, okay? Like, we will be using our QB chakra. And we will be moving it into your body, giving you more chakra, but at the same time, of the Kaiju. You will not change into anything at all. You will not have this mode, but you just get a chakra reserves. You can fill up more all the time. And their eyes widened in shock as they're gonna get more chakra from the fourth brother, twin brother, and Naruto, that's his son and nephew of the fourth, and his twin brother. That's a Jonin, a very high-ranking elite Jonin, a super special elite Jonin. Like, that's just crazy. And yes, and Sakura, Kiba, you guys will be going inside saying God. Okay? And all of them say, hi! And then they all go outside, when they're saying the shadow clones that Naruto didn't eat, he poofs away since the real Naruto's going to go with them, and all that stuff. And the other class, then Naruto makes one, Minato and future Naruto make one blood clone, and they say to the blood clones, and you will be teaching them about what the academy really is, about what they're supposed to learn in the academy. And the kids are like, there are kids that didn't get to learn, like, what? And they're like, oh man, why do we not get to be a part of the 12? You are, and then Naruto says, you are academy students, you will be doing what academy students are supposed to do. You are not getting picked, you wouldn't get picked, because you're just being whiny after getting off. A real shinobi doesn't get whiny, he trains for himself, and then he gets acknowledged by the person that teaches him. And then when the person realizes what he missed, the person feels bad and then wants to teach him. So, make me feel bad that I didn't acknowledge you. Right? Probably should train your hardest instead of whining. And the kids are find like a newfound willpower, fire in them. The Hokages, and then Minato says, you really do know how to pass on the word fire.
I promised your father that I would protect you.
I had to learn Prodigy someday, huh?
HMM. What is it?
Yeah, I guess.
If I hold out against you for 10 minutes,
and then they start
then you
teaching.
send me to
And the
train
kids actually are listening, because with Naruto's speech,
the
they're
top of the
all
Thunder
thinking, like,
Well,
we
I
didn't get
accept your
chose
bet,
because we
but
were
if
white.
you lose,
Let's
then you
show
will
him
continue to
what he missed out on. We'll become more powerful than that. I mean, probably not powerful than them. We'll become powerful. Yeah, so, but like they train hard enough, but like we're only going to be focusing on the rookies, okay? Rookies. So when they think about the titles of dead last and rookie of the year and all that stuff, they all just get dead last. They really don't give a shit. Because like Minato and Naruto know how strong they are. So they don't really give a shit, if I'm being honest. And I'm gonna say, since Minato the Hokage, he can do this where you guys may not like all this stuff, but like if you guys don't like this, then I don't know why you're watching. They make blood clones, and the blood clones just stay with them, and they all gotta. Actually, no. I'm not gonna do that. Minato makes a blood clone, and the blood clone is the sensei. Minato doesn't make a blood clone. So they all have their original senseis except for Team 7, which is now gonna be Sasuke, Hinata, and Naruto. Their sensei is Minato Uzumaki, aka Naruto from the future. But yeah, Minato Uzumaki, and they're really happy that their sensei is, Minato Uzumaki. So, their first mission was a C rank. The first mission was a C rank. And instead of their first mission being, their first C rank mission being Tajuna, it was to transport someone, but like there was no lying. There's no lying. Like the bandits
Okay.
were actually true. There was just going to be bandits chasing him, nothing else but bandits and all that stuff. So yeah, they destroyed all the bandits, all that stuff. They got the person that needed to be transported where he needed to be, and they stayed there for like a day, ate and all that stuff. And I'm gonna say that Naruto, since Naruto's like way older now, I'm gonna say that he could like Kurama. No, I mean he could. He could like Kurama. He could like Uncle. He could like just push it in this lot real quick. He could like Ayame. He could like J.O. because I'm not gonna make him have I'm not gonna make J.O. Genma or Hayate. No, J and Hayate I think. So yeah, he could have J.O. He could have thing. No, yeah, J.O. Uncle, Kurenai, or Ayame. And I'm gonna say he picks J.O. and Uncle. Boom. Yeah, he's gonna have 2 good friends. Okay. And if I'm gonna be honest, Naruto makes Kushina, Ano Tensei's Kushina, then makes her Ano Tensei's Kushina as chakra, then makes her chakra go into his clone, and then like gives the clone a soul and all that stuff. Yeah, and Team 7, yeah, I already said that. And then they go back to Minato and they ask for another sea rank, which is going to be the Kazuna Bridge mission. Naruto already knows what is going to happen on this mission. Really knows that his team can take it. And he asks for this exact mission. And Minato says, no. Minato whispers to him, you know what's going to happen on this mission. Yeah. I don't really care because my team can take it. Well, I know
how this technique works.
they are being taught by me. And yeah, so
Flashback.
that's where I will be actually ending it. They have the chocolate and big mission. Yeah, I'm just gonna say they're like a time trip and they're standing by the gates waiting for Tatsuya. Okay guys, this is where I'll be ending it off. Bye. This has been Dark Blue. Okay.